Hi guys, I'm eager to show you a fill technique. I'm filled with an idea that's easy to convey to a novice resin artist, a practical serving fill technique. You know, how to make a flower without actually drawing one. Today we have something similar to that. It will be a serving fill, a flower similar to chrysanthemum. Using a thick deluxe resin from either RainPro or ArtPro. I've purposely poured on 2 molds, one thin one and one voluminous. What's needed are 3 resins. Look white, dense, more of a stained glass, black stained glass as well, and a sort of red cherry. The pigments I'm using are from the RainPro company. I want to add a bit more depth to the black, like this. Be careful though, as adding too much can negatively affect your work. But since the resin is thick, I don't think it would get any worse. What's the pouring principle? The principle is to pour in layers, that is, fully opaque layers are poured into each other. I want to create a thin black outline. In this mold, carefully pour it. The outline is done. Now in our narrower mold, be careful not to spill it too close to the edge because now I'm going to pour cherry resin and it will spread out. Now the cherry should cover our entire mold right here. Let it spread to cover the whole mold. Be sure to prepare everything for the center because it will converge quickly and we will need to shape the center right away. I'll distribute it here right away. Because the resin is thick, you see, it's not in a hurry to move where it needs to. Here, you don't need to wait for the resin to reach a certain state. It just needs to be thick in consistency. I'll distribute it now, remove the bubbles, or maybe remove the bubbles later. Now guys, we quickly pour the white into the middle. Yes, I dropped some extra, oh well. Here too we pour white into the middle. The white should be dense, opaque, straight, and clearly outlined. First, I'll pour the transparent thick resin into the first mold. Up to the height of the mold. I watch how it moves to avoid overflowing, otherwise it would be a shame to follow all proportions and overflow. That's it. Now we decorate our center. Today's inspiration comes from golden sparkles and possible black ones as well. Like this, and do the same thing with the mold. With the crystalline edge done, now I'll deal with the center, pour it in, and decorate the center with gold. I want to make the center bigger. For some reason, I just want to make it more voluminous. See, the resin is so thick that it even stays on the surface of a stone. Hold on, I'll repeat. This is probably the thickest resin I've tried, but still, it does its job really cool. Remove the bubbles with neat, quick movements. Don't linger. See how intermittently I do it. 1, 2, 3, remove. That's it. Let it polymerize. Dewalting, oh, what a beauty. So we need to do the finishing coat, and it brings it to life even more. Now this is the pen, Pitrij. Look at this explosion. Now I'll also cover the finish with the finish, thinking whether to do the pebbles edge, deciding now. So let's cover it with the finish. What do we need for this? Before applying the finish, I always pre-mix a medium viscosity resin, Art Pro or Resin Pro. Look, this is the same resin, the same company, but only on the Russian market. It is called Art Pro. In the European market, it is called Resin Pro. Just in case, I have a promotional code Natirum for a 10% discount. Be sure to sand my products before covering them with a finish or another layer of epoxy resin to degrease them and give them better adhesion. What do I use for sanding? Sandpaper P320 or, like now, Nail Buff 220 or 240 grit. A prerequisite is to let the resin gain viscosity. If your resin is lave, just mixed, unfortunately, your finish runs away from you, will have bald spots. Next, the humidity. Check the humidity. Make sure it is dry in the room. Resin loves warmth. It doesn't like drafts and a flat table. Be sure to level the surface. Check with construction tools levels, because again, if there's warp, your finish will run away. And I decided to make a border with black pebbles and these pre-filled rattles and ice creams. Don't throw slippers. This is not a morning design. This is stylish, cool with a mood, just like that. I will be happy to look at your pours and preparations. Tag me on social networks. Show your work. I, as a teacher, will be very pleased. Have a great mood. Bye.